Our celebration of the Feast of the Epiphany begins with Isaiah's reading. "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has dawned upon you." This reading is so associated with the Feast of Epiphany and the entire season following. In this season, we hear story after story of the way Emmanuel, the God who is with us in the person of Jesus, makes God's self known to us. What's noteworthy in this part of Isaiah is that this has already taken place. We are not living in darkness, waiting for the light to shine. We are walking in that light now, as children of God through Christ. And this new reality, this new experience of the grace of God made human in Jesus, is told to us in story after story of Jesus' life. We get to know Jesus in this season, beginning first with the visit of the wise men. These wise men who knew that the star shining above Bethlehem was calling them to come and see, to witness and experience and be in relationship with this God who has been made human. Then there is the baptism of Jesus, when Jesus is revealed as God's Son, the beloved, with whom God is well pleased. Then we hear the story of the call of the disciples. And then week after week, it's other signs much like this that show us that Jesus is more than just human. Jesus is human and divine. Yet these are stories and events from 2,000 years ago. And what matters to us now is how those events and stories make a difference in our lives today. Isaiah also helps us out here. He says, "Lift up your eyes and look around." This looking is not a way of seeing as the world sees. It's a way of seeing as God gives us grace to see. Last week, I had dinner with an old friend who said to me, "I don't believe that saying, 'What doesn't kill us will make us stronger.' I think what doesn't kill us just hurts, and that hurt accumulates over time." I told her that I agree. We don't grow stronger by hurting and suffering. We grow stronger by the strengthening of our faith, and that strengthening of faith often comes in times of struggle and hurt and suffering. Now, Isaiah knew this too. Isaiah is speaking to Israel after the exile, when they have returned to their beloved home and found a city in ruin, destruction all around. The disappointment must have been huge, not only because this was the place where they lived, but because it's the place where God lived with them. This was God's place. Isaiah, through the grace of God, sees something different. Instead of destruction, Isaiah sees potential. Instead of the absence of God, Isaiah sees the light of God dawning upon them in a new, surprising, and unexpected way. He tells them to lift up their eyes and look around, to see with gracious eyes set on God. Now, it's hard to do this in times that are difficult, I know. But as Christians, we stand behind this light that the darkness cannot overcome, this life that death cannot end. Perhaps this is the way of Jesus which we follow, to be willing to die in order to be truly alive. Isaiah is calling Israel to see the light in the darkness that they are experiencing, to trust that the God who has delivered them is truly with them always, even and maybe most especially in ways that are surprising and unexpected. For us, here at the Church of the Epiphany, celebrating 32 years, by the way, as we make our way into this season of Epiphany, it is my hope that we would hold fast to this knowledge that God is with us. This is already taking place. That we hold fast to the knowledge that with God, life always follows death. And that the different ways that God becomes known to us are so often unexpected and surprising. we need to see with those gracious eyes, eyes set on God. And perhaps if we can do this, we may also be the unexpected and surprising grace of God for others.